Retains his world lightweight titles, showed his class to outpoint Diaz, who rallied late in the fight. Let's get reaction now. Juan Manuel Marquez is talking to our colleagues at HBO.
Juan Manuel, last year's fight was a non-stop barn burner from start to finish. This seemed like more of a technical boxing match. How was it different for you?
Bueno, yo creo que la primera pelea fue una pelea difícil, una guerra para los dos. Esta pelea quiso poner táctica de boxeo. Nosotros hicimos también nuestro boxeo y yo creo que salimos adelante.
The first one was difficult. It was a war for both. This one was a bit more tactical. We also wanted to box a bit more, but we were able to come out ahead.
Diaz, for his part, clearly tried to move to a higher level of boxing skill than he has occupied before, and he put up a terrific effort at trying to do it. Were you impressed with what he was able to do?
No, yo creo que Juan Díaz es un gran peleador. Él sabe también boxear un poco de técnica, pero es más agresivo. Y nosotros creo que esta noche el técnico nos ayudó mucho a ganar.
He's a great fighter. He knows some technique. He likes to box, obviously, but tonight our technique was in our favor.
Was it satisfying to you to come into Las Vegas and put away once and for all the memory of what happened against Floyd Mayweather last year?
Sí, yo creo que la afición se dio cuenta que hicimos todo lo posible por pelear con Mayweather, con una diferencia de peso enorme, pero como todo guerrero mexicano nos subimos a partirnos la cara el 19 pasado.
Yes, the fans know that we came to give the best fight possible. There was a great weight difference, but like every Mexican warrior, we came to give our heart and fight with our face.
You've had two amazing fights against Manny Pacquiao. We all know how badly you want a third chance in the ring with Pacquiao. But you are also the legitimate lightweight champion of the world, which is a good pedestal from which to campaign against 135-pound fighters. So what's more important, trying to talk Pacquiao into fighting you again or dominating this division?
No, yo creo que más factible pelear con Pacquiao la tercera. Yo creo que la afición la quiere, nosotros lo queremos. Esto es muy bueno para el boxeo, bueno para la gente que sigue el boxeo mexicano y la gente que sigue el boxeo filipino.
The trilogy is what we want. I think it's the best thing for boxing, for the fans. The people wanted, we wanted the Mexican fans, the Filipino fans, and everyone that follows boxing.
Yeah, that would be good to see. Your assessment of the performance, Johnny?
I think Diaz outsmarted himself with his game plan. Instead of putting his foot on the pedal straight away and putting him under pressure, which was his key to success for the initial part of the first fight, he took that away. He thought it through too much and tried to box him. Didn't work with such an accomplished, experienced fighter in Marquez.
Marquez started well and dominated the middle rounds.
He got a good start, but I think, as Johnny says, it was the way Diaz fought. Diaz came in with a different plan. You know, I think the same thing would have happened if he came in the way he did in the first fight. If he'd come storming in, he'd get a stop. This time he didn't want that. He came in to try and box his way through. It was a much more, it was a much better performance from Juan Diaz in a way, but he boxed, he thought about it, but by doing that he let Marquez do what he does best and showed his technical skills, and just as the fight progressed, Marquez got more and more confident.
Yeah, and the tables had turned. Initially, now Marquez took control of the pace the first half of the fight. You could tell in the shape of his body when he came in, he was fresh, he trained, he prepared for it, he knew what to expect from Diaz. So then he took the pace away from him, put the fight on him, put him under pressure. It wasn't until the second half of the fight until Diaz started to come back into it. But the first half, Marquez was smart, sharp, on him, wouldn't let him off.
Like you say, Diaz rallied too late, didn't he?
He rallied, and I think it showed a little bit that Marquez is starting to feel the pace at 36. Because Diaz could get into the fight, and I think it was more the fact that Marquez let him in the fight rather than Diaz forced himself in the fight. I just think Marquez slipped off the gas a little bit. I think he was starting to feel the pace. He's almost 37. It's obviously getting tougher for him, but he kept it together well enough, and he's technically. He's a great boxer.
Skill-wise, the combinations when Marquez let him go, 3-4 shot combinations, bringing it over the top, dropping it over the bottom, 3 and 4 shots accurate from a moving target of Diaz and caught him like a sharpshooter. Very good.
The Mexican legend that he is, when you see a guy put them skills together, the technical ability, the way he changes his punches, brings the uppercuts and the hooks, a masterclass at times.
He wants a trilogy with Pacquiao. There's a certain Amir